Hi, today from the most beautiful city in Poland, from Wrocław. I'm here in the Old Town. Today we'll be talking about the 4 principles of marketing. And I will give you this town as an example. I will use some examples from this town. See you after a short break. Hi again from Wrocław. As I said, we'll be talking about 4 principles of marketing. But before we start, I will give you some background, some back story. So let's start. Back in the communist times, there was, of course, resistance. There were activists against the regime. And these people here in Wrocław, they were using the symbols of gnomes to make fun of the authorities, to show their peaceful resistance. They were putting these images of gnomes on the walls of the buildings, paintings. They were using graffitis, and they wanted to show their resistance, to somehow delegitimize the regime. And of course, police was trying to get rid of these symbols showing the resistance. So they were hunting the gnomes, generally painting over them and so on, which made their actions even more ridiculous, and it even more delegitimized the power. So these gnomes were a symbol of resistance here in Wrocław, and it went somehow into a city tradition, a symbolism of the city. And then in the new times, in the capitalist times, actually 10 years later, in 21st century, these symbols started to pop up around the city, and this time in a 3D version as literal figures. This one is probably the oldest one. You see, this is called the Papa Gnome. But they are meanwhile, around 400 of these gnome figures around the town. And they are used as a branding of the city, reminding of this story of resistance, of the story of how these people faced in a peaceful protest the regime. Here you can see a computer player, or actually it's somehow a stock analyst probably. We have these figures are or started to be made by local artists. Here you can see another one. And they started to attract tourists. And today, many tourists are coming to Wrocław, and Wrocław is really extremely well reconstructed city. It was after the Second World War, it was destroyed in 70%. But then, of course, in socialism it was difficult. So it was somehow reconstructed, but not very well. But after the system change, it has been done exponentially. So it's really the most beautiful city in Poland. I have seen, of course, many cities in Poland, but this one is the best. A lot of Art Nouveau here, and here you can see a gnome. Always have to, a gnome which says Solidarność on it, Solidarność walcząca, meaning the fighting Solidarność. So this was the political organization of the resistance that brought over this change and peaceful change in Poland. And tourists are coming here. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of tourists are coming, and they do the gnome hunt, meaning they are trying to find as many of these figures, of these gnomes, as possible in the town, and they are, in street corners. They are sometimes sitting somewhere, hanging somewhere, and taking pictures of them. Of course, families with children. It's a very good game for children. Wait a second. Let me show you this one here. You see, yeah. And then, of course, this kind of figures, these gnomes, gnome as a symbol, started to play also a role in cultural events, right? Like they are special gnomes for special cultural events, festivals, maybe, cultural institutions. They use it for marketing, to announce something, always with, or sometimes with the symbol of gnome. So it became very popular, kind of branding for the city, but also for the particular institution, for the maybe particular event. And then business took over, so to say, and started also to use these gnomes as marketing tool. For example, here we can see the Zocco goldsmith, and here you can see a gnome that is made, or that was put here at the corner of the shop by this business, and it was also it is named Krasnal Zekuś, meaning actually Zeko gnome, right? So they used also the naming of the gnomes to somehow make marketing for their business. So what do we learn from that for for business? And it is, I have to tell you, it is very, very successful. It's very viral. You can see it all over social media in Poland. These gnomes, people come here, they take pictures, and they of course post it because it's funny, it's somehow original, and so on and so on. So what do we learn from that for business? First principle is differentiation. Be different from others. Every gnome is different. And of course, this is a very original idea for tourism, for city marketing. So be different, differentiate yourself. Of course, the business models, maybe like if you make bread, right? If you bake bread, it's the same business model generally, but you can slightly twist the business model, and certainly you can twist the image. You can be a special bread, you can be a special company with special history, a unique business, a unique story, and so on. The second method is to find your niche and be successful in that. Focus on that niche. And Wrocław had found its niche, of course, in city marketing, in tourism, in these gnomes. So they use gnomes everywhere they can, and this is the city branding. This is how they attract customers, and this is, of course, this is how they attract tourists, and this is, of course, very unique and very, so to say, niche type of tourism or of marketing, to use these gnomes as attraction, as tourist attraction, and they do it successful. Not many towns do that. Here you can see a coin gnome, being a gold bug or something, looking at the coin through a magnifying glass. This is very unique to use as a tourist attraction, and this is what the modern tourism is about. I mean, people have traveled entire world. They have seen many things. They see also a lot of things on internet, on TV, or different social media. So they want to see something original, something new, something they haven't seen it all here. Another one. This is a tourist gnome taking a picture of even smaller gnome, right? So this was the second principle: find your niche and be successful. Focus on it. Be the best in that niche instead of being the average in a broad ocean, right? Be the big fish in a small tank instead of being the middle fish in a big tank, or a small fish in a big tank. The third method, storytelling. These gnomes, they are not just gnomes, right? They have a background story. They have a history. They have something of the identity of that place, of that town, and they tell us a story that people here are proud about the resistance to the system they didn't want. A successful but peaceful fight against that system that they changed, and they brought about a new, better system, better life for themselves. And this city became so beautiful after the system change. And you see here some other gnomes that are used to market businesses. So, for example, this ice cream eating gnome is in front of an ice parlor, right? Then we'll have around the corner another one that also markets kind of a business. So it somehow reminds me of these symbols, or like hanging symbols that they were using in Middle Ages, like this one. So they were used for, marketing somehow to attract customers. And today, with the modern social media, they use other kind of symbols as well, and they use here these gnomes. For example, here this is in front of cafeteria with that specializes in chocolates, so chocolaterie, and they have these gnomes. And why is it modern marketing? Yeah, because tourists are coming here, taking pictures and putting them on social media. And this has, of course, the marketing effect of other people who want to come and find this gnome. So they come by, find this place, this coffee place, and have their coffee there, right? And also it somehow gives the brand to the like a positive connotation to the company. Here another that you can see, another one. So working class gnome. So this is actually connected to the fourth method, and this is the virality, right? So do your marketing in a way that creates this viral loop, right? That brings your customers, maybe, for example, to spread the message and to make them your marketing employees, so to say, right? So, for example, here, as I showed you, this gnome attracts a tourist that will take a picture, share it on his social media with his friends. Then it will be seen by many people. Some of them will come to Wrocław, will want to find this here, another one in front of a business. They will find this gnome, again take a picture, and again share it on their social media, and so on and so on. So it is like this self-propelling viral marketing loop, marketing mechanism, right? So that's how you build virality, and you should look for the methods how you can make your marketing viral in your business. So these are the 4 methods that I wanted to explain to you in marketing that you can learn from the gnomes in Wrocław, in the most beautiful Polish town. I encourage you to come and check out Wrocław. It's really amazing, old town and all around that. And they are improving and renewing and refurbishing again and again here the old town. So I hope you could learn something from that video. If yes, give me a thumb up. If not, of course, thumb down. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with your loved ones, with your friends. I talk here a lot about business, about how to do great, impossible things in your life and business, how the best entrepreneurs in our times think and act. I talk a lot about economy, about money, about sometimes about cryptocurrency. So if you like this video, you will certainly like my other videos. I invite you to watch them. That's it for today. I wish you a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.